Christmas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Box, the exciting show where we open a box and decide if the box rocks or if the box full of rocks.
I don't know if this is going to be a good episode.
This pillow is fucking useless shirt.
Yeah.
It's been so long that I forgot how just like excruciatingly long that stinger drags on for. It's still a black screen on the
I was gonna say it just sits there, doesn't it? It just hangs. Whoa!
But,
hi.
Hello. It is Sunday, July something or other.
July
25th. It is Christmas in July. Christmas in July.
And this is the Sunday Evening Unwind. And this is the first Sunday Evening Unwind in about a month. The last time we did it, we reviewed In the Heights. And that was the last time we were live in any capacity on the network. Welcome to the PJ Campbell Network. I'm Maxwell Haddad. We have just an incredible array of talented people on this panel. Why don't everyone go around and introduce themselves, just in case our viewers at home forgot? And hello, viewers. Thanks for tuning in to the Pajuk.
Maxwell, I'm going to interject for a second. Okay. I think now's the perfect time to do what I suggested. So as we go around and introduce ourselves, we're going to do Excuse Hour.
Welcome
this is a little segment that I have designed to explain to you why we haven't done any content.
I'm trying to figure this out. Just give me a fucking second.
So here's what we're gonna do. Each one of us is gonna go around and explain why there's been no content on the channel. I'll go ahead and start. I'm moving. I quit my job.
That's not an excuse. That's just the truth.
Yeah, I quit my job and I'm moving. And that's my excuse.
That's just.
You can do better than that.
You said that we had to make up something.
No, Maxwell suggested making up something crazy. I was going to be honest.
Leave it to Sean. Leave it to Sean.
Now, Maxwell. Now you have to tell the truth. So, Maxwell, why don't you go next and tell everyone the truth of why there's been no content?
The truth?
What you told us before we went live.
Okay.
Your big news, your change of direction.
I have been busy studying for the MCAT because I want to get into medical school so that I can properly cut off the faces of everyone on the panel and have an array of faces to wear and pretend to be all of them.
And the very interesting part about that is that you told us that, and I've actually been training to be a serial killer to help you with this.
Yeah, it's a tag team effort.
It is.
Okay.
I need help reacting to something.
Dan, what about you? What's your excuse?
That news.
Someone's audio is a lot of feedback.
Fanny, it was.
Yeah, there was.
I was gonna say, our show is the one that it's literally no more or less frequent than it was before. I think we're still averaging like 1.5 a month, so we're around. I mean,
look,
more or less.
By certain metrics, if you're averaging 1.5 a month, you're doing just fine.
I was gonna say there's like some metrics like sports, like if you're batting 1.5, like that doesn't even make sense. It's over 1,000. So
yeah,
damn right it will be, Jeremy. Damn right.
What about you, Kristen? What's your excuse?
So I've been training Kara for the Olympics. So she's actually there right now by herself because, people aren't allowed to be there with their children. Yeah. So yeah, she's competing right now.
How old is she again? That's like a good time to
She's 3.
Sever ties. Yeah, that's what they say.
What did you train her for? What is she competing in?
All of it.
When she's 3, let them flee, I think is how the phrase goes.
So
by the way,
She didn't
go ahead,
quite
sorry.
do the gymnastics. They said she was a little too small to actually like reach the bars.
What do they know?
But like a lot of the gymnasts are too short for the bars, so I don't know why they said that. But you can see her running. I think one of those fast races that's coming up.
What's her swimming stroke?
One of those
Just
fast
curious.
races.
I think she's freestyle. Yeah, it's a big surprise.
My favorite swimming stroke is the hand.
Hand stroke.
Yeah,
hand
that's
stroke.
a good one.
Doggy paddle.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Water.
By the way, I just want to note
stroke?
how lovely it is that more than 50% of this panel is wearing PJCN shirts. Look at us.
Swag.
Wow.
Ironically, damn it.
Mine's in a box.
Before it no longer exists. What?
Wait. Dan, what's your excuse?
Oh, I didn't really have one because the show's been going on kind of as normal.
Someone has to make us all look bad.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
Amber Burr, what's your excuse?
Amber Burr. Well, so my internet is the worst, which is not a secret at all. So I decided to start bagging groceries at night at Walmart. So I quit my day job, and now during the day I write comics for a living. So yeah, I don't do anything. It's fine.
It's awesome.
I have no real excuse. I can get on and stream, but I don't because I don't care.
Wow. And last but not least, well, no, PJ, what's your excuse?
I mean, I said mine. I was becoming a serial killer. It's fine.
Oh yeah, that was disappointing. All right, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, like my life.
Can I just say I've been throwing in the best sound bites and I had the wrong mic input. I had the perfect one.
Why we're not reacting?
I had the perfect one lined up for Amber when she complained about her internet speed.
That's pretty good.
So were
It's a
you
little bit less of an impact now than it would have had it hit in the moment.
Were you
So mad.
why none of us were laughing at your
Yeah.
perfectly executed?
Yep.
Sean, you just really bad.
Check.
Oh, there's the sound.
I could speak of no better noise than to send things over to Chris. What about you, Chris? What's your excuse?
Well, I have to just say, guys, I am so sorry. I've been piled up with a lot of work and stuff. I recently decided to drop my life, and every weekend I go over to the farm. My life. I dropped my life, my work habits, my actual gratitude. You know why? Because I now own a farm and I raise the egg feeder thing. Chickens, that's what they're called.
The egg feeder?
The egg feeder. Yeah. I raise chickens now. And it's great because I can, as a big fat beefy Italian, I can now raise chickens and have my own chicken parmesan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we made it 7 minutes and 52 seconds before that happened.
Yeah, but that's what I've been up to. I've also just been lying in bed and dreaming of pizza. It's great. So how are you guys all doing? It's been crazy life. Oh, and lasagna too. That's great.
Lasagna?
Lasagna.
He doesn't have to dream about lasagna because he is lasagna.
Is lasagna with
legs.
With legs.
Tell us more about those egg feeder things.
Oh, the chickens. One of the names is named Petey, and I really like him because he's like this little stocky little. I'm really fucking bullshitting you guys really well. There's a fucking thing of bacon. That's great. Oh, I love it. I wanna fuck it in the yeah. It's good. Okay, we gotta stop.
Oh my god!
I could literally watch an entire 4-hour-long stream of just us throwing shit at Chris and him having to think of something.
Listen, there's only one thing I can say about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a protein.
Well, just in case any of our viewers forgot how much nonsense and silliness we have here on the Pajukin, welcome back. This is the Sunday Evening Unwind, and we always start out the Sunday Evening Unwind by talking about our week in pop culture. What'd you watch, what'd you read, what'd you see, what'd you play? So, who wants to take it away?
So I saw
Chris Clark.
That G.I. Joe thing today. That Snake Eyes movie. That Paramount was like, you know how we bring G.I. Joe back? We do a prequel movie about Snake Eyes. Character who doesn't really talk. Seems like a good idea, so you get a really handsome dude that you're going to put into a mask who actually talks really well because choices. It's fine. I mean, I had fun with it. There's a reason it's not doing well this weekend. There's a reason people aren't going to see it. People don't care about G.I. Joe. But it's a fun ninja movie. So if you like ninjas, it's worth watching.
So
Thank
this
you,
is a
Brandy.
good point you make here, Brandy. However, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Before we discuss other things, we are trying to be a little more succinct with some of our programming. So if we were to do our month in pop culture, we'd go 3 to 4 hours. We're trying to keep it at a tight 60 minutes.
Maxwell, let's try to do this in the same way we've done all of our other content recently.
Oh boy.
I was going to say, why don't we just give them a link to that video? We did do our month in pop culture.
We did the movie review relay.
We did.
It was a great thumbnail too. I like it.
So I saw 3 movies this week. I saw Old, I saw Snake Eyes, and I saw Escape Room 2 Tournament of Champions. And if you had told me at the beginning of the week that Escape Room 2 Tournament of Champions is the movie of those 3 I would enjoy the most, I would have laughed in your face. But it's true. It's the one I enjoyed the most. It's the one that I think succeeded the most in what it was trying out to say. It's still pretty stupid and bad, but it was fun. Old is trash. One of the worst movies I've seen maybe in my entire life. I was stifling laughter the whole entire second half. Some of the worst performances I've ever seen in a movie. And fuck M. Night Shyamalan, although I do like some of his movies. Finally, Snake Eyes. Hire a cinematographer and an editor who know how to shoot action. Watch John Wick 5 or 6 times. Don't hire Iko Uwais and then cut away from him. It's a crime against humanity. I would still fuck Henry Golding. And
PJ! Oh. I forgot how to do this.
I
Hold on.
already did mine. That's the unfortunate thing. Go watch the Ninja movie or just watch the Jackass trailer on repeat because Jackass Forever comes out in October.
that trailer makes me want to pinch my nipples, and I pinch my nipples often. Why are we in these squares?
I don't know.
Better.
Oh God! So I saw Fast 9 again this week. It was still as ridiculous as ever, with 20 minutes of
Zip lines.
zip lining, and it took
Was
a
that this
Pontiac
week?
Fiero to space. Yeah, it was basically this week. It was. No, it's last Saturday.
weekend.
I don't fucking care anymore. I didn't do anything in the past week then. Oops.
There we go.
That's better.
There we
I'm
go.
covered by the logo?
Chris Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Well, look, I actually do work at a movie theater, so I did see a couple of movies. I did see, what do you call it? The goddamn Purge movie, which I felt like, oh my God, this music's stressing me the fuck out.
I like the Forever Purge. I thought it was fun.
It actually felt like a zombie movie, but with politics, and had a lot of commentary behind it. Space Jam, I thought was just as fun as the first one. I love the first one. I love Kong's cameo in Space Jam. That was fun and awesome. Also, if you have Disney Plus, watch that Attraction documentary series. I'm onto Haunted Mansion, and it was phenomenal. Like, if you're interested in those attraction stuff, that's what I've been binging. Well, I've been at work, but I've been working 50 hours a week, so I'm just beat. So yeah.
And time, Kristen Smith.
We watched one episode of Housebroken. Had a corgi in it. It wasn't very funny.
Great. I watched a bunch of Top Chef because that's all Joe watches anymore, and I played Pokemon Unite, the new free Pokemon game that's really fun. That's all I got. Daniel, you're last. Bring us home.
Sure. I saw Fast 9, first movie back in theaters in a long time. It was exactly what I expected it to be. Black Widow, I also saw in theaters, which was a little bit more than what I expected it to be. Kind of a mid-tier Marvel movie, a little bit of Bourne in there as well. And I did see Space Jam as well. I actually watched it twice. It got better on the second viewing because the expectations weren't there as much. And also the new episode of...
Boy, that alarm just really goes, doesn't it?
What is happening right now? What the fuck?
I like how every time we come back from something else, we're all in a different spot. Honestly, that kind of amuses me.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I was
Here's
pretty much
the
done.
deal.
Thank you, Anton. Thank you.
We've been hyping up this episode for a while. And I think if you've been paying attention, particularly if you're a patron or in the Discord, which if you're not, you should be, shout out to all our patrons for giving us your money. Even while we weren't making any content, we love you. We could not do this without you. This is a new beginning. The PJ Campbell Network is no more.
Sort of.
Now, let me clarify. The
I'm
network...
leaving, actually, that's exactly what it is. I'm leaving forever. It was nice knowing you.
We fired him. He did gone.
Had a gas, bitch.
Wow. It took a dark turn.
Oh, bye, PJ.
I said we fired him. I didn't say we killed him.
Okay.
It was just a really intricate hologram. Very interactive.
I wish he had come back and he had been like laying on the floor in the background of the shot.
There would have been no way for me to do that physically, unfortunately.
Let's clarify a little bit. PJ is not going anywhere. The network.
Well, that's not true. In a week, he's coming to see me.
Well, fair. That's and then I'll be in LA in 3 weeks, so I'm coming to see you too.
Yeah.
Yep.
The network is not going anywhere.
Hold on, Max. We have some theories in the chat.
Ooh.
There's CN is coming back.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It's still there.
So I would like to take this opportunity to announce that going forward, this is exclusively the Show Me Naughty Network. Nope, is that not right? Okay.
Yeah, no, that is.
I mean, it can be.
Yeah. That's all we're producing.
So
gonna be ramble on about Show Me Naughty.
We'll get into it as the evening unfolds. If you're a patron and you're in the Discord, you've already seen and heard about some of the changes we're going to be making to the way we do things and the content. But as part of the fresh start, and if you have observant eyes, you'll notice above Sean's head, we are rebranding and renaming the network.
To Nessie.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and our beautiful non-binary friends, and those who have yet to make up their mind, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Off the Rails Network.
Or Off Rails Network. It really depends who you ask.
Or Off Rails Network.
We're real non-committal about this.
Real non-committal.
we literally had, I think, a 3-day long discussion about the and the parentheses in the and that they're the rails. Like, there's a lot going on here, guys.
Yeah, the is optional.
Also, wait, hold on. This needs, yes, thank you. Somebody clicked it before me. Thank you, Dean. Rebranding is 100% what we're doing.
The reality is we've never been on the rails in anything we do, and so we thought it was only appropriate to reflect that general tone in our rebranding.
Yes.
So,
also we'll like
welcome to the Off the Rails Network. But
So, I'm gonna summarize the patron announcement we made about a month ago. It's been a fucking month since we made this announcement. Long story short, you may have noticed watch-alongs are no longer a thing.
Sean, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna rake you over the coals.
Ooh.
Ursula.
Better get your resume ready.
Better make sure your resume is ready and everything.
But yeah, I mean, watch-alongs are no longer a thing. We have some new content coming. Unwind is staying the same. Suddenly is staying the same. Ramble On is staying the same. Box and Show Me Naughty are staying the same.
Yeah, and while we're talking about Box, I would like to take this time to officially announce there have been 8 episodes thus far of Box. A season of Box will consist of 10 episodes. So there will be 2 episodes left. Episode 9 will finally conclude the to be continued cliffhangers and storytelling we've been doing over the last 8 episodes. And then we have some tricks up our sleeve for the finale. So expect one of those in August and one of those in September. And then will there be a season 2? Are we all going to commit, millennial mass suicide in the episode? Who knows? Anything's possible.
You could have rhymed season 2 with seppuku and you didn't.
I was about to. I was about to. And then I decided to jump off the rails.
Wait, what?
I'm upset. How much do we want to talk about the new shows?
So, okay.
A lot.
Chris, real fast.
Somewhat.
Watch-alongs are fun. But the truth of the matter is the world is reopening. The world is changing. Yeah. People are getting vaccinated. Our lives have started to move on. And it just takes too much time, unfortunately.
The watch-alongs were born out of the pandemic.
Yes.
We were all at home. We were all desperate for any sort of social interaction. We had a lot of free time.
They're also not gone forever.
Right. We have Scary Movie Squad's probably.
We're going to bring Scary Movie Squad back. Yeah. And we're going to be doing Merry Movie Squad. And this is not to say that on a random night, me and PJ or me and Sean or me and Amber or someone may decide, hey, let's do a watch-along. Yeah. We are just not going to keep them scheduled on Mondays and Fridays like they used to be, except for perhaps Scary Movie Squad. Mm-hmm. And as it gets closer to September and October, we will announce a specific schedule as to what's happening with Scary Movie Squad.
So let's just run through. Let's run through the weekly schedule. We don't have. So first, I want to mention that we don't have as much filmed as we had planned for July. The excuse hour was a little bit of a joke, but truth be told, Max was out of town a lot. PJ was out of town a lot. Jill and I have been working on a move. I got a new job, and I'm quitting my current job. There's been a lot of things in flux, and
life found a way.
Yeah, and that means the shows we had planned had to be pushed back. You will probably be getting some of those shows first week of August. I will say probably, not definitely. So let's look at Tuesday. What airs on Tuesday? Box, Book Nook. What other shows have we had air on Tuesdays?
Box, and Book Nook, and that's it.
So
are we talking about Famous Last Words?
Famous Last Words, right?
That's coming back.
Famous Last Words is not coming back. Maxwell, do you want to talk about the state of Book Nook and the future of Book Nook?
Yeah, so we only were able to do 2 episodes of Book Nook. I was gearing up for the 3rd episode, which was going to be a crossover with Danny's show, Watch the Book. We are going to be doing Never Let Me Go, a book and film I love. And then, without going into too much detail, my life took a big swing, a little bit of a pivot in direction, and I had to deal with some stuff. I'm still dealing with some stuff. My intent is for Book Nook to return with a 3rd episode come September, and at that point to continue doing it monthly with myself and Dwayne and a special guest who's also joining in on the book discussion each month. As of now, the plan is still to do the aforementioned crossover with Danny's Watch the Book in September. It's still going to be Never Let Me Go, again, a book and film I love immensely. It's just, if you know what I've been going through, you know, and if you don't, I'm in the process of getting divorced. It's not an easy time. And so I just didn't have the capacity to eloquently and thoughtfully discuss a book, especially a book that deals with very serious topics and that I love so much. But it's a show I'm proud of. I love the first 2 episodes we did. I think what's great about this network, and has always been great, is that we're not just movie-based. We can share our passion and love for all sorts of different art forms. I'm a huge reader. I have been reading this whole time. I just haven't had the capacity to get on camera and discuss it. So I may even go back and do as an extension of Book Nook, short form 5 to 7 minute video essays about some of the books. And I think that's another thing we're looking to pivot into, is more short form pre-recorded video essay style content. I know this isn't about Book Nook, but if you follow us on Twitter, which by the way is already at Off the Rails Net, you don't have to re-follow us, but that change has already happened. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate it. One thing I'm gearing up to produce is a series of video essays where we talk about all the Twilight films, which just reappeared on Netflix. So if you're interested in participating, this goes to anyone on the panel or anyone in the chat. If you're passionate about them, or even better, if you've never seen them, hit me up. And I'm going to put together video essays about each of the Twilight films. And that's something I'm going to be curating going forward on the channel. Not to necessarily replace watch-alongs, but a new way at approaching discussing films in a fashion that can be a little more concise, a little more easy to schedule, because we can film on a Saturday afternoon and not have to take 2 or 3 hours on a Monday night. It'll be pre-recorded, it'll be edited, and then those video essays will probably drop Mondays or Fridays in the evening when there would have been watch-alongs prior. So lots of fun stuff. That was a long answer.
No, that was the perfect answer. Following that, I mean, Box, like we said, is staying the same. We've got 2 more episodes for season 2, and then season 1, or for season 1, and season 2 will probably pending cancellation, air pretty soon after that. Wednesdays, Chris Clark.
Yep.
You have some plans for your show.
A lot of plans. Okay, so
you don't have to go into all of them if you don't want to.
Well, I just have. Well, I'm gonna. Well, suddenly it's going back to what it used to be. Suddenly used to be a 30-minute video essay on a discussion with a guest or a couple guests, and using editing and using clips and stuff to explain what we think about a certain movie. It's no longer going to be live anymore. I'm going back to my old episodes that we've done live here on the channel, and I'm going to make video essays out of them. That's what I'm doing. So August 11th, there was a new episode. Me and Max Bartos are going to be talking about Meatloaf and Jim Steinman and Jim's legacy since Jim passed away. And I really wanted to do a video retrospective on their entire career since Jim did pass away, and I felt like it was appropriate. So
I'm going to a great picture of Max too.
Yeah. So basically, we're recording that, and I'm going to be releasing that video essay on the 11th. Then on the 25th will be Little Shop, The Apple, and then Sing Street. Corresponding with that as that goes along. I think there's going to be 2 episodes of Suddenly each month that are completely edited and completely produced. I'm going to be producing and recording episodes, not live, just to have there so I can edit it. So I will always have a back catalog of stuff. I can just go to Suddenly and release Suddenly as I please instead of scheduling a live show and I have to be on 110% the entire time. I miss editing everything. So I'm going back to that. Hopefully the copyright with that goddamn YouTube is going to be okay with me. But yeah, and for weeks that Suddenly isn't there, that's going to be where I'm going to do game night. Wednesday is going to be my night. So it's either going to be game night or a Suddenly video release that's going to happen.
Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to game night because I miss playing games with y'all while people watch and donate money.
Yeah,
we do still have a Streamlabs, so if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns, hit us up on Streamlabs, which is still currently
multiple times.
Yeah, which
give
is
us
still
your
currently.
money.
Yeah, give us your money. It's still currently streamlabs.com/the PJ Camel Network/tip. There's going to be a gradual progression where we change the name of the YouTube channel, the Streamlabs link, the name of the Facebook groups, etc. For now, the only thing we're immediately changing, which is already enacted, is the Twitter handle. And then you'll see over the next week or two. Yes.
We did get 2 Streamlabs also already.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, did we?
The first was a donation from Brandy who said, "Welcome back. You have been missed. So excited to see what you have in store for the future." And then we got another donation afterwards from Jake Berlin who said, "Love y'all. Keep rocking."
Thank you, Jake.
And I will say on the subject of Jake Berlin, you will probably be seeing a little bit more of him on the channel as well.
Yep.
On some of our pre-produced content.
Yeah.
He's not joining the network. This is the network. What you see here on screen is the network along
This
with
is the core
a couple
7.
others. Along with a couple others, this is the network.
Yep.
But
And yes, we will be putting off the rails merch on TeePublic later this week. Don't worry.
But you can still get some of that old PJCN.
Yeah, we're not taking anything down. The legacy of the PJCN lives on, but I'm glad we're talking about the difference between live and pre-recorded. I still love going live, and that's why the Unwind is going to stay the Unwind. It's going to be live most Sundays. This is sort of my show, but it goes on without me. Like next Sunday, I'm not going to be here because I'm going to be on an airplane. So if anyone else wants to go live, that's fine.
I don't think I will say I don't.
Yeah, I
don't
don't
think there's an Unwind next Sunday because that's
two Sundays from now. There will definitely be a show, even if it's just me. But the great thing about the Unwind is, and we've done this, is it can really take any form. Obviously we discuss our week in pop culture, but there can be themes that we can do. Survivor Islands, which I still want to keep doing. I have a lot of ideas for that. So the Unwind is still going to be very amorphous Sunday evening show where we do go live and get to have fun with whatever the topic is that week.
Now, when you say amorphous, do you mean that it's both land and water?
That's amphibious.
Okay, thank you.
Amorphous means that it can bend to your will.
So it was a movie
have
by
any
M. Night
concrete
Shyamalan.
form.
Okay.
Please don't remind me of old. I'm still recovering. I'm going to have trauma from some of those acting choices for a week at least.
Were they acting choices or were they direction?
So here's the thing. I actually think M. Night Shyamalan is an incredible filmmaker, and some of the camera moves and stuff in the movie are incredible. He is just a horrific writer. And to me, if you have bad writing, it's very easy to give a bad performance. So there are some actors in this movie who, coupled with the writing, are just giving like Spokane, Washington, like B-level regional theater, not even A-level, B-level regional theater performances. And we're talking about a regional theater that has like a back alley behind the Publix. We're not even talking about a place that has a building.
Oh my God.
like Hobo Jim and his wife Sally are doing a 2-man production of Macbeth.
Proscenium's made out of cardboard.
They don't even know what the word proscenium means. There's one guy operating a spotlight. His name is Ralph. He's using an iPhone 3 flashlight as the spotlight.
Flying the trash bag as a curtain.
What do you have against Spokane? Oh my
I don't
God.
know. There was a play a couple years ago called A Behanding in Spokane, starring Chris Walken and Anthony Mackie, that was literally about Chris Walken going to Spokane to find the missing hand that he couldn't find. Written by Martin McDonough of In Bruges fame.
Sure.
So for some reason, Spokane always comes to mind.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm sorry I sidelined you. We were a little off the rails
All
right
right,
there. Not gonna
so-
lie.
Oh my God, we did it again. We went off.
Fitting right into the network.
Once again, Wednesday will remain Suddenly Soundtracks. And don't worry if you enjoyed the long form Suddenlies, like when we do
Playlists.
Survivor Islands or add to
That'll
the
still be
playlist.
live. Yeah.
Those are still going to continue. They may see some slight changes, but they're mostly going to stay the same. Thursday.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but we're still going to do a volume 2 of our favorite songs of all time coming
we
up.
just don't need. We just need time to everybody.
Yeah.
That's.
In fact, I think that I've had some thoughts on that one. I think there's a pretty interesting way I want to do that one. Chris, Max, we'll talk
We'll
about that.
discuss that. Yeah, I think.
Thursdays, Maxwell, I'm throwing it back to you for Front Center Mez.
I love doing Front Center Mez. I'm incredibly proud of it. I think we got to do 13 episodes. The great thing about it was a way for me to keep my love of theater alive while theater was shut down. And because theater was shut down, it was very easy to get guests. Blessedly, theater is reopening slowly but surely around the country. Broadway is set to reopen in 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the show. So the short answer is I don't really know what's going to happen with Front Center Mez yet. It is most likely going to be a when I can get it done thing, and I think it's going to be pre-recorded instead of live, because that'll allow me the scheduling flexibility to get the guests I want, especially if they're currently in the show, and not have to say, hey, I know you're on Broadway or off Broadway right now, but how does 10 p.m. Eastern on a Thursday sound to you? Also, this is something PJ and I have discussed. When Front Center Mez does return, I'm going to have a different co-host. I am not announcing who that is yet, but if everything goes according to plan, it's going to be exciting. Someone who brings a new perspective. So the show is not dead. It is just in a continued hiatus as it's shuffled to adapt to the new world we're living in. Things are changing, and so some of our content has to change with it. But again, it's a show I'm super proud of. It arguably means more to me than any other show on this network because it's a great way to share an art form I love that I don't think gets enough. And another thing I want to do with it, and this will be easy to do, is similar to what Chris does with Suddenly Soundtracks. I'm going to do video essays about particular musicals. So let's say we're doing Cabaret or Hamilton or whatever it is, get together a panel of, say, 4 to 5 people who are really passionate about that musical and do a 30 to 40-minute essay talking about why we love it. So those will be upcoming episodes of Front Center Mez. Those will obviously be easier to schedule, and that may be what the show looks like when it first comes back before we're able to get back to interviews, which, again, is a scheduling thing.
There's a lot of music content on this channel. It's great.
And the fact of the matter is, theaters are opening back up slowly, and things are getting back into production. And I know, Max has looked into scheduling people, and look, it's just not a possibility right now. And I like that show. I love that. The big thing with this channel is that, with the short form stuff we have coming up, it's going to be a completely different perspective. Fridays is watch-alongs. We've already talked about that. Sunday, like we said, is staying the same. PJ,
hello.
You have a new show, old show, remixed show.
We're doing a thing.
We're doing a thing. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well talk about the thing because the truth of the matter is when we started talking about the fact that watch-alongs were gone, and we saw some reaction in the chat. People like the watch-alongs, Okay, 1 second. Give me half a second. The cat came in the room and the dogs are not.
All right.
While we're talking about watch-alongs, I just want to reiterate that I may be home Friday night and want to watch a movie and say, hey, why not go live and just do a watch along. So they're not dead. They're just not going to be scheduled with the same frequency that they were. I know you guys at home love watch alongs. I like doing them. I just don't have the time to do them every Monday and Friday like we were. And honestly, it's getting a little burnt out. It's a lot. It's a lot to go live 3 or 4 times a week for hours and hours.
Such a commitment.
Yeah.
I'm never even on them, and I feel burned out for Maxwell and PJ by these damn things. Okay, so there is something.
Say, the only kind of animal this network doesn't have is a chicken, but Chris has that covered now.
Yeah, I do have that covered.
Yeah.
So there is something going in place of the watch alongs.
Yes.
But I'm sad to say it will be patron exclusive. So for when we do pre-records, meaning the shows PJ's about to talk about, and the show I'm about to talk about, and the ideas that Max already brought up about the more short form video content, for example, on the Twilight films. So the week, when those Twilight films come out, Maxwell may decide to put out his video commentary with, myself and Kristen and him talking about Twilight on a video commentary. So you just play that along while you watch the video, which is going to replace our current video commentary offering on the Patreon. Now, what that means is you're actually going to get more of those moving forward than you did before. So for patrons, you're going to get more commentary content in lieu of the watch-along content.
They're actually going to get more content, period, too.
One of the other things our upper tier patrons got was the ability to choose a watch along.
We're going to get to that in a
watch
minute.
alongs are being phased out.
We're going to get to
a little bit about that.
Well, once we reveal the new shows, we're going to talk about those.
Okay, Dave.
I promise we'll get there.
Peach,
Yeah.
your show that is announced and has a name.
Something Rotten, I believe, is what you're referring to.
I am.
Yeah. Look, it was a show that has been near and dear to my heart for a long time, and I've been wanting to do it, and time and things got in the way because I wanted to do it live. I wanted to do things differently, and I realized that the only way to do this was to do it a little differently than we had envisioned. And over the last several months, Sean and I sat down, and Maxwell and I sat down, and hi, Mike. And we really started to think about how can we reshape Something Rotten to be something that would work and how we could bring it to life. And I think we found the best balance was doing a show that was anchored by myself and Sean mostly and Maxwell, and finding a way to balance that with having people who come in and out, having a rotating panel, and you'll get a commentary that goes with that rotating panel. So every month you're going to get at least a 20 to 30 minute show where we talk about a rotten film on Rotten Tomatoes. And then you're also going to get a very cool commentary track that goes with it. And with that, the patrons will get a chance to see the list of movies that we're looking at for Something Rotten, and they will get the choice of the movies in lieu of the person coming on. If the person coming on has something very specific that they want to talk about, like we know that Mark Ellis has already been he wants to do a Young Guns one. If we're going to do Young Guns, Mark Ellis is doing Young Guns, and no one's going to choose anything. But the patrons are going to get a selection from that list, and that is where you guys are going to get both a commentary and an episode now.
We do have one planned that I don't know will be our first, but since Jacob is in the chat, I will go ahead and upload that overlay. I think this was what we talked about as our impetus for bringing it back.
I have a feeling I know what it's going to be, and I already hear the music in my head.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. The grid is live.
So Jake Berlin will be joining us for the Something Rotten on Tron. We're not sure who the full panel for that one will be yet, but that one is planned.
So, for those of us who have just joined us, such as Mike K and Brandon Buckingham, and said, what did I miss? Let's go through with Brandy's comments because she's doing an amazing job of summing it up. Number 1, the PJ Campbell Network is now the Off the Rails Network. Number 2, watch-alongs no longer scheduled weekly, but will be random until Scary Movie Squad. Number 3, new shows, such as the one we were just talking about. Number 4, more short-form content and pre-tape content, such as number 5, video essays. Number 6, And most importantly, Chris now has egg feeders, which is what he called chickens when he couldn't think of the word chicken.
Number 7. Number 7 is I have a new show, sort of, also going in the place of watch-alongs. Now, I say this is my new show. This is not actually my new show, because I will not be on every episode. I will not be hosting every episode. However, we don't have a name for the show, and I'll talk about the naming thing in a minute.
Okay, now I know where you're going with this.
I'll talk about the naming thing in a minute, and I think we're gonna put
Brandon. No.
Well, we did think about calling it Ralph's Real Railroad, but real spelt like movie reel. That got shot down real quick.
I once searched Ralph's Real Railroad on Google, and it just brought me right to Pornhub.
Yeah, I got Ralph being railroaded. Really,
that sounds erotic.
It was really him being railroaded.
Chris has a similar problem. He was like thinking about like lemon meringue pie, and he mistakenly searched for cream pie, and let's just say it didn't go as he planned.
Yeah, but at least it was a good night by myself with my pillow.
The funny thing is, I think a true story.
It probably was.
This is not the face of a man who makes stories up.
All right. Yes, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
All right. So
real fast before Sean continues, we got another Streamlabs donation from one Mr.
Give
Michael
us your money. Put it
Mike
in my
said, "My
wallet."
way of buying you all a drink when we are together next week." Thank you, Mike. That's really sweet.
I like
next week. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Is Mike K in town next week?
No, he's saying because he won't be. He's buying us a drink because we'll be together and he will not be there.
Right.
So he's buying us a drink.
Also,
now you just
you
had to
better
rub that.
on August the 13th, it's a Friday, myself, Amber, Sean, PJ, and Jill, at the very least, will all be in a room together. If you don't think we're going to make some sort of video for y'all, you don't know us.
And possibly Daniel if he's off, and possibly David B, and possibly Dwayne. We're not sure. We might just invite a fuck ton of people over to our new apartment. But okay, new show. So let's talk about the new show. So we don't have a name for it. The working title is Sean Hasn't Seen. For those of you guys that know the associated Schmodown content, you know that there's already a show called Morgan Hasn't Seen. So we can't use that title. However, we have a couple other titles we're throwing around.
We got real close to one.
We got real close to one, and
you're not sold. It's okay.
I'm not sold, and I believe someone else on the panel isn't sold. However, someone else on the panel is very sold. At least 2 people on the panel are very sold on that one.
I am not at all sold on it.
Yeah, Maxwell and I are not sold. I know Patrick is sold. It doesn't.
I don't care.
It's such a.
I know you don't care. The problem is it doesn't roll off the tongue. I don't feel like introing a show with that.
This is pretty good. Never seen by Sean.
Well, so the problem is movies that aren't Star Wars is a pretty good name for the show.
Movies that aren't Star Wars?
Oh my god, that's it. Done.
That's it. Done.
I mean,
Hi,
honestly,
welcome to Movies That Aren't Star Wars.
Movies that aren't Star Wars with Sean is maybe the best name I've ever heard.
I kind of love it.
Basically, all we needed to do was say it was happening on the stream, and
No,
then
so
somebody was
that's
going to give us the
and
idea.
that's one of the
Thank you.
reason. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to announce the name. So I'm gonna tell you the show, and here's the problem with that name. It won't always be me.
Now it has to be. Jeremy just volunteered.
I know,
Well,
but
what you could do is you could record a Rod Serling-esque introduction that plays before every episode.
that's true.
And then if you're not there, whoever is there is there.
I mean,
That's true.
That's it.
We might.
I
we
really
might.
think that movies that aren't Star Wars with Sean is the show.
I think
That's
that might. Okay, that might
that's
be
okay.
It
it.
doesn't matter who watched it. as long as you
Winner,
were
egg
there.
feeder dinner.
It's
Chris,
also gonna get. It's gonna
I'll
get.
make a logo. With
He's
that.
already looking at it. It's gonna get really good when we have someone who hasn't seen Star Wars. So it's gonna be movies that aren't Star Wars with Sean, but
And
it's
it's
going to be
Star
a
Wars.
Star Wars movie.
I actually do.
What a shame we didn't do this a couple weeks ago, and then they could have been movies that aren't Star Wars with Sean with Christy V, who hasn't seen Star Wars.
Well, that may still be an episode. So, so here's the premise. The premise is not a watch along. The premise is a discussion. So it will be myself and at least one other member of the panel. Most likely, this will be a smaller show, one-on-one at most. It will be 3 panelists and we will be discussing a show for about a half hour, or a movie for about a half hour. Actually, it may not be always a movie. It may be a show or a book or another piece of content. To start, it's movies. As Brandy can tell you, and as a lot of you guys in the chat can tell you, I have not seen a lot of movies.
But you have seen Lord of War.
But I have seen Lord of War, which is a great fucking movie, and we're doing an episode with Max on Lord of War, by the way, because Max has never seen Lord of War.
Maybe the only movie that Sean has seen that I haven't.
That's not true. Have you seen Velocipaster?
I have.
Oh, damn it.
Is that
Quite
about,
enjoyed it, actually.
Wait, Chris, ask what you're gonna ask, please.
No, I don't want to.
No, please ask what you were about to ask.
I was going to ask if that was about a dinosaur like priest.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Can we do an episode on Velocipaster with Chris?
Yes, you should. Actually.
Yes.
Oh my God, please
Alright,
do this.
So anyways, the premise of the show is going to be, for the most part, it will be well-known, well-loved movies that I or another member of the channel or a guest have not seen.
I can't wait to make you watch Magnolia, Sean.
So Magnolia is a great example. I don't want to say what our first one planned is, but it is a quadrilogy.
Yes.
Is that the word? Quadrilogy? It is a 4-film series. Is most likely going to be our first one. However, there are some other relevant films coming up. Now, I'm going to use this to segue into a couple quick points about what we're planning going forward. So, first and foremost, more short-form content, more random content like the Twilight shows and other shows that have been brewing in some other people's brains. That might be, hey, maybe PJ wants to talk for 15 minutes about the Ocarina of Time.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first.
Maybe we want to do a counterpoint on why I think Breath of the Wild is better than Ocarina of Time.
There's going to be more than just Zelda content, though. Don't rest assured.
Stuff like, we'll be doing short form content like that. Most shows will fall into most of the movie content will fall into either video essays, which will mostly be Maxwell, and then either Something Rotten or movies other than Star Wars.
It sounds
Brandy,
like a celebrity Jeopardy.
No, don't give him any ideas.
Hi, Brandy. I'm really
hold
glad
on.
that you put that out.
We're just for now on, movies other than Star Wars is just gonna be called Mott's. So
like the applesauce.
I was just gonna say, God damn it, what I would do for some applesauce right now.
Yeah. So
Put it in my mouth.
that's the big thing. The other big thing is moving forward, we are gonna try to be more timely with our content. Meaning, if there's, for example, a new Venom film coming out, Something Rotten may talk about the old Venom film, which is absolutely rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. And something that PJ,
God damn it,
something that PJ didn't. Hold on, we will, Kristen. Don't worry, you'll get to defend it on that episode.
Dear.
Whoever
Just quiet the entire stream. Somebody mentions Venom. What?
Excuse you. I'm only here to defend the movie. That's it.
So, Something Rotten, just to be clear, is movies that are rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, the patron bit. So we have how many high-level patrons?
3.
We have 3.
Brandy Parker, Brandon Buckingham, and Ricardo Franco.
So, to the 3 of you, I know Brandy's in the chat, and I saw that Buck was in the chat for a minute.
Yeah.
And Ricardo usually watches back.
Watches on playback. Okay, so for the 3 of you, here's the new gimmick. You guys are going to get to pick a topic for us to discuss on one of those 2 shows once a month. Now,
it could also be a video.
Essay. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
It may also be a video essay or another form of short form discussion along those lines. Meaning, if you have one of those, just let myself or Maxwell or PJ know what your pick is for that. I will most likely be reaching out to you in the next day or so to get those scheduled, because I'm going to start scheduling out August moving forward. But when you pick one of those films, you don't have to tell us, hey, I want it for this. If you have an idea what you want it for, you can say that. but you can just pick a film and we'll slot it into one of those 3 shows in the month of that date. Now,
and I also would like to add, if it's a film you had picked previously for a watch along and you want us to do it again in a new way, you can.
That's okay.
You know, Sean didn't do a lot of the watch along, so maybe if PJ and I seen it and Sean hasn't, it would be great for Mott's. Or if it's a film that we did a watch along of, but it's rotten, it'd be great for that. Or if Brandy wants to pick Teen Witch and do it for all 3 of them, just keep picking Teen Witch and we'll do 3 different episodes about Teen Witch, because as far as I'm concerned, you simply cannot top that.
So, now's the time. Is there anything we missed? Did I miss anything?
I would like to bring one thing up.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing that is going to stay live for patrons is our monthly AMAs.
Oh, yeah.
Once we're offline, we're going to discuss scheduling one, if we can, this upcoming week for July. I can be available as long as 1 or 2 other people is great. Now, for those of you who know, me, PJ, Amber, Brandy, the Deacons, a couple other special guests were in Orlando in June. That was going to be the June AMA. We filmed all of it. We just filmed a shit ton. So that is being worked on and edited. It's a big project. That will be our August AMA. And the other video that's coming from that trip, which is sort of going to be like a montage-y highlight reel of stuff we filmed that isn't us answering questions, will also be released in August. I just need a couple more weeks to edit it. It's hours and hours and hours and hours of footage.
Y'all sent so many questions.
No, Brandy.
No, Brandy.
No.
Absolutely not. In no way,
Incorrect.
shape, or
You
form.
were there.
Like Brandy, if we edit you out of the video, some of the best content will be on the cutting room floor, and I'm not Harvey Scissorhands. I neither edit good things out of films or diddle women who don't want to be diddled.
Oh, wow.
That's a Harvey Scissorhands joke. Wow.
Let's just let that linger for a minute.
I understood that. I understood that reference. Okay, so anyone in the chat, Streamlabs or otherwise, PJ, do we have any more Streamlabs?
No, we're good at
Perfect. Anyone in the chat, if you have questions, if you want clarification on anything, now's the time. The questions don't have to be about the changes, but I assume a lot of you have questions. Dan, do you have a question?
10 to 15 minutes if anyone has questions.
So you're raising your hand.
No, I was just gesturing.
But yeah, I mean,
Dan, what is it that you would say that you do here?
He's the only one that put out content aside from the movie review relay.
That's why
all of July.
You know.
Well, it's also because, like, thankfully it was, but the show's been that Eric and I have done has been largely untouched for 3 years, where it's just like, oh, we're gonna kind of dick around and talk movie news for about an hour or so. All right, let's do that. So that's the.
Oh wait, we got another Streamlabs.
Well, and I have one more thing we forgot.
Mike K did say if you need a guest for any animated film or TV discussion, you know who to call.
Oh, speaking of Mike K, Eric.
Well, Mike, I also
Ghostbusters.
Eric guested on the Space Jam episode on the new one for Mike K. So check out their Renegade animation.
And Mike, I know that you tweeted at PJ. Well, now off the rails, but when it was PJ saying that you haven't seen the Twilight movies. Don't watch them until I hit you up, because I would love your perspective on at least one of them on one of the video essays from someone who's watching it for the first time. And
we might even do we can do a double header with that. Of that one.
Can I say okay. Every time you say Mott's, I just want mozzarella sticks.
Oh, mozzarella sticks are bomb.
So Malcolm
you are a big ska fan, so the mozzarella stick thing makes sense.
No, it's banned on my.
I know.
In my staff friend group.
I just have to say, it's a good thing we didn't do what the Avengers actors did and get those shared PJCN tattoos a couple weeks ago, like we talked about, because that would have been super fucking irrelevant.
Well, okay. Would have been great. So, I do think that we will still also to answer Malcolm's question. It's Ace Cabrera, but
Oh, I thought it would have been Dan Murrell. Like, let's just go to the top, man.
No, it's Ace is a big basketball guy. Ace or RB3.
I was thinking Lon Harris just because I want to watch him be curmudgeonly for 2 hours.
Oh, I think
God damn it, go away, Bugs!
Well, and I think Lon Harris would fill the Bill Murray role in the first one. I'm friends with the producer.
He shows up in the last act and is amazing at basketball.
But we're really missing the video Drew of this all.
I was gonna say, no one's a video
Ooh.
Drew. Imagine how funny she.
So here's the
Because
thing:
now
it's not
everything's
just
much
one.
different.
It's Dana said it would be Bibbs and the kid. So it's just an ensemble piece.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say Bibbs as a commentator. I'd kill to see Bibbs.
So wait, are we
Someone
changing
needs-
about
this
them all.
to would it be Looney Schmodown instead?
No,
Like,
no, no,
would
no.
we-
Here's my pitch. It's the same Space Jam crappy reboot, but all of the people in the crowd are replaced with Schmodown competitors instead of WB plants.
Can I be in it as an FCL competitor? That would be fun.
Absolutely. We need like a
You
couple
can do
hundred.
the Kong and just go.
Yeah.
I'm too nice to look like
Then
that.
what's
I'm
Chris?
always-
Then what's Chris Clark gonna do?
I'm just gonna be like,
All right. So also on the name Pajukin is we're still the Pajukin, right?
yeah.
We're still
But
gonna
that-
call
that's-
ourselves the
no.
Pajukin,
Yeah,
much
that's
like
fine.
Prince, we're the artist formerly known as Pajukin.
right?
Yeah.
But there's one other thing. There's one other thing that's on our docket that we all talked about short form content, and we didn't talk about this. We're going to be doing movie reviews of movies as they come out. Meaning, when we're done here, Maxwell is going to do a 4-hour review of Old.
Every 30 minutes, he gets a hero.
No. So as movies begin to come
Actually,
out, we're going to be
like a review of Old, where if you're like really good at makeup, like every 5 minutes you start looking older.
Yeah.
That would be great. I don't have
So-
time for that shit. But yes,
so we will be
there
doing.
will be new merch coming to the T Public store within the week.
You are under no obligation to buy new merch. The logo is basically the same,
So,
but
I'm
you
glad
don't want to
like
wear
this,
last
Jeremy.
year's products.
We will be doing the movie review relay every month, even if there are films we reviewed already, we'll do them in again. But we're not going to do video reviews for every movie, so this will allow us to cover a bunch that we didn't.
The other nice thing, the other nice thing with the movie review relay is like a great example of that is like Max's opinion of Fast 9 changed between when he saw it and when we did the relay.
It's still trash. I just enjoyed it the second time.
But yeah, you enjoyed it, right? So like
I'm
that's
glad
also
to see
nice
that you're
because
finally where I was when we left. It was trash, but I had fun.
Listen, if you don't get pure joy out of watching John Cena zipline through Edinburgh, Scotland for 25 minutes, then we need to have a serious discussion about
When
it.
we
I want
saw
to
it
know you.
last week, he and I both slept through most of the movie until that part. We both woke up. We're like,
I did take a nap and she tapped me and she's like, zipline, zipline.
I napped too. I pulled my hoodie over my head and I'm like, okay,
I will
Fucking
say
hell.
I
that
didn't
was,
have to pay for this.
that was one of the best things that the Fast series could have done was become meta, where it's like we're
Yeah.
gonna start fucking with physics, like in literally in the movies as part of the
Tyrese
plot.
is literally
And
having
Tyrese
conversations
being
about,
aware
am I
that he's
immortal?
invincible.
Am I invincible?
but
pretty
so
funny.
I believe
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe our first review is going to be Suicide Squad?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. Okay.
Jungle Cruise.
That
Well,
comes out
okay,
this-
we'll just talk about it live. So Amber and I are seeing Jungle Cruise next weekend together. And correct me if I'm wrong, but PJ, aren't you seeing it with some people in LA next weekend?
That's my plan, and then Suicide Squad the week after.
Right, and
Okay.
Amber and I will actually be together for Suicide Squad a bit also. So are those live or those are
Suicide
taped? So if we
we have a couple ways we want to do those. I think for the Suicide Squad ones, we're going to do those pre-taped because there will
Right,
be 5
so-
there are, let's put it this way, there are 5 people in the PJCN seeing it together, just not together.
Yeah.
right, so we can do it from different coasts and then edit it together and post, which
Right.
would be really fun.
Which and moving forward, the other thing we've discussed but haven't nailed down exactly how we're going to do it. On certain films, we will probably have a Patreon exclusive review and a public review. This is not true for Suicide Squad.
Listen,
Why not?
Chris.
now
Why
I
not Jungle
consider
Squad?
I would consider a Suicide's Cruise if they ever did like an old The Cruise. I would go on that cruise and jump off.
I don't know that. I don't know if Suicide Cruise or Jungle Squad is better.
Squad.
I think they're both.
Like Jungle Squad.
Now, Jungle Squad sounds like something I could fuck with.
What am I featured?
What
Was that English?
No,
He goes,
it was, no, that was Goomba. Brandy, we will talk. Brandy will talk about that. Jake Berlin and I may be doing something, but it might not be on the Pajukin regarding that. However, okay, so what we've talked about for movie reviews, and I want to try it this way first with the edit together. It's a little hard with the edit together because it means we can't get it out as quickly than if we were just releasing them boom and done. But what we've talked about is doing 2 people review it on the channel for the public and 2 people review it behind the scenes for patron exclusives. Those people will rotate. Generally, Max or PJ, or Max and PJ will be the public review, and then someone else from the channel or friends of the channel will be the Patreon review. And most likely, we'll be a little bit late.
I'm so
Hey,
mad.
PJ.
I'm
Hand
trying
hug?
to. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Wait, time
Are
out.
there-
Guys,
oh.
we have an official request for Kristen's Kara Diaries. I'm assuming this is going to be surrounding her Olympic run. So,
Yeah.
Brandy says, everyone on the
my
channel
God.
puts up their own review, then we as fans vote on the best. Loser gets a punishment, which is having to watch old.
Wait. This sounds very jackass-like, and I
Well,
kind
hold
of
on.
like where this
And
is
that
headed.
sounds like a better concept for something called the movie review relay.
It does.
All right.
Wow, that's a good idea.
but
Is there-
you have to keep the music. Clearly, you have
Yeah,
to
but
keep the music.
the punishment doesn't have to happen in the episode.
Oh God,
That can be short-form content.
The
I have a
punishment
request.
is
Can
everyone
this-
has to live
can
with
this
this
track
song stuck in their
always play
head.
going forward on every network Amber's on when she does her plugs? Really
I like
help
how
her keep them sped up a little bit?
I like how it's from Mario 64. It's pretty-
You hate me?
Well, that-
Do you really?
That was,
Yep.
I mean, I think it
all
really.
of it.
I think this
I
music
hate-
really captured what I was going for on the
Yeah,
movie review
Benny
relay.
Hill. It's very Benny Hill. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
It's
not my-
Mario.
yeah, but it's Benny Hill inspired Mario. That was actually my second choice, was the Benny Hill music. So,
Oh my God, you
I
if-
think this is better.
well, it depends if Nintendo decides to fuck us or not.
Well, Nintendo doesn't. Well, usually, video
They
game music is
do
saved because
enjoy
of stream.
doing that to people. So
I never had an issue.
Wait, hold on. That means you have something really important to say. If you come in and you scream, "Stop the music!" Yeah, you better have something important to say, Malcolm.
Also, guys, my hair's really fucking long.
Yeah, it is. Are you gonna Tim Franco it out and like?
Don't cut it before I see you so I can run
I'm
my
not.
hands
I don't
through
plan
it.
on cutting. I don't plan on cutting my hair for a very, very, very long time unless
Nice.
I need to.
Ooh.
My hair's growing. My hair's grown out. All right. I'm gonna read through my message to see if I am missing something here. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I'll give you a topic. He didn't give us
So
a topic.
we're all
What do we
watching
do?
Sean looking at the
Uh,
thing he said.
That's riveting. I'm so glad we have live TV for this.
Dude, have you seen
There he is.
the TV lately?
Well, the TV. Wow.
Has anyone seen the TV lately?
Which is there a specific TV?
I
Or?
watched Lego Masters tonight.
Wow, Lego Masters. Was it on TV?
I've been
It was on
thoroughly
my TV,
enjoying. I've been thoroughly enjoying the HBO show The White Lotus,
Dance, Chris.
which is kind of like old in that it takes place at a resort and a beach, but they don't get older. I mean, they do because
Yeah.
technically we all get older every second, but not at such an expedited rate.
Oh,
Max, I watched Barb and Star finally.
can I
Isn't it the best?
It was
can
so
I
great.
live can I live pitch a show to you guys here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean,
we don't have
End the night.
rails.
This is
All right.
how we end the night.
Here's my live pitch for the show.
Where we're going, we
Um,
don't need rails.
I think it's gonna be
Yeah, Amber
myself.
came up with that like 2-3 months ago.
It'll either be this show will either be the Box hosts or it'll be Maxwell, myself, and Daniel, and we're gonna do reactions to shitty reality TV,
Oh my God.
like the one where they wear the animal makeup or
no.
There's actually. I'm glad you bring this up because there's a new show coming to Amazon Prime called Tampa Bays. Spelled
Okay.
BAES. That's a look at the
Everything
lesbian
about that
culture
sounds
in
terrible.
Tampa. I
Oh my
can't wait
God.
to watch it and talk about it with you,
No.
son.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
let's do it. Let's fucking do it. All right.
And the name of it can be "Have you seen the TV?"
I don't think to Mike's question. I don't think any of us watched it.
Not yet.
I plan on it at this point just because so many people are screaming about it on the internet. I love Kevin Smith, but it was never on my radar because, truth be told, I'm not really a Masters of the Universe guy. But there's a lot of people really upset about
we're
it.
the
so now
wrong
I have
age.
to watch it.
Yeah, we're the wrong age. I think.
I was on the border. I watched the Dolph Lundgren movie a bunch as a kid.
Me too.
weirdly.
Yeah.
Great post credit scene in that movie.
Okay, is there
I want
Chris-
to do a reaction video to the old episodes of Jackass.
By the way, Sean, this is the cast of Tampa Bays.
Oh wow!
Look at all those beautiful Florida lesbians.
Okay, I think by the amount of pain I'm experiencing just hearing
All
that
right,
pitch for that.
Dan, you've been fired. It's me, Sean, and Amber.
Okay. I was going to say having to do
Wait,
it
that means
seems
I have
like
to
a
watch
good idea.
reality TV?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
Dan, do you want
Okay.
to do Jackass reactions with me?
Get
Then?
that
Of
started.
course.
Kristen? What was the name of the show? Have you seen the TV?
Have you seen the TV? But you have to have the pauses in there. So three
Ellipses?
The ellipses.
Okay,
Have you ... seen the ...
Dean says Love Island. I've thought about Too Hot to Handle. I think that would be a fun one to do.
How about
Oh my God, yeah.
How about Color
Watch
Bars
that.
and Toned? I don't know.
Is that are you making up? You know what? All right. Anyways, look, Chris, you got anything?
What? Like I ain't what? Wait, what?
You got any egg feeders over there, Chris?
No, wait, what? Oh, you can find that on Instagram. Is that what
No,
you
we're not
said?
doing plugs yet. Just any thoughts on the rebrand, on the relaunch?
I'd also, as long as we're pitching shows live, and I'm going to do this whether or not anyone else likes it. I'm going to be starting a show called Love the Mets, Hate the Yankees.
Oh, God. Why you gotta be like that?
I'm in.
Malcolm, not only have I seen it, but I currently have an application out to try and get cast for the next season of it.
Love The Circle.
Season 1 of The Circle was fine. Season 2 was one of my favorite seasons ever of a reality show. I would kill to be on season 3 of that show. I think I would do an amazing job.
Max, I have a pitch for Love the Mets, Hate the Yankees. Can you just go into even seats at the stadium? I want you to get as specific and nuanced as possible in this show. Make it as niche as humanly possible.
I have season tickets, so I'll film some of it from Citi Field. Be like, we're here in section 303,
which
row
is
9,
way better
seats-
than 101.
Seat 17, which if you go to Yankee Stadium in section 303, the seats are far less comfortable.
But Max, you
can't
have
even
to
get
film
hot
it from
dogs.
both stadiums.
I'm not going to Yankee Stadium.
Oh well,
Actually,
I guess
I'll go to
Nobody wants to go to the Bronx for anything.
Honestly, Max, I can.
Honestly, I have to say, Davlin, this really means a lot, and I think all of us here appreciate that, and that's really heartwarming to hear. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Truly.
Yes.
Seriously, dude.
And now,
look, I'll say real quick. I know that this was a conversation between a lot of us over the last month and a half. Is would you guys want to hang around once we made the announcements and the changes? Because the network was dark for so long because the world changed so quickly on all of us and our lives got so chaotic again out of nowhere, and that actually means a lot because between the stuff that I juggle in my professional life and then trying to do this stuff while also trying to have an actual life is not always easy, and stuff like that makes it worth doing. So thank you, man.
I mean, for a long time, this was a substitute for our personal lives.
Yeah,
but those are coming back, and on top of that, I think a lot of us were. I know myself, PJ, and Maxwell had a lot of discussions about this as far back as January. We were not stoked on some of the direction of the content. We weren't stoked on the length and the time investment, and quite frankly, the discoverability. We're hoping that this means we can grow the community. I mean, let's call a spade, right?
I would love to have 1,000 YouTube subs by the end of the year.
Yeah, and I would
which
love
I think
to have
is attainable with our new direction.
And the other thing I want to avoid videos like the movie review relay that I think, while it was low effort and it was a quick thing, and I didn't tell Max or PJ what we were doing when we started. I just told them, "Hey, we're filming something."
In the StreamYard at 11, and I got there. I'm like, "Is this an intervention? What have I done?
Yeah,
what did I do?"
I'm a little disappointed with the view count on that. So if you haven't seen that, go watch it. Tell your friends to watch it. Like, that's something that I'm really happy with, and I'd like to make a regular thing.
I just want to say the reason why I want 1,000 subs is not because I take validation from our subs, but because then we can have captions on all of our episodes, and that's really important to me. I think it's garbage that YouTube restricts accounts with less than 1,000 subs. I don't know why, but it is what it is, and there are other services that allow it, but they cost money, and we just don't have that extra money right now. So help us get to 1,000 subs, like the videos, share the content with your friends so we can be as accessible as possible to everyone. We can get those captions up.
Don't share this one because like this is only for you guys, the fans that already watch us.
And like legitimately, one of the things that we like doing is obviously we're very forward with you guys on where direction is going and the stuff we're doing.
You know, Chris, when you're on camera, we're supposed to be able to see your face.
We want you guys, if you want us to like react to things, let us know. Like, let us know what you want to see us react to. Like, we don't do trailer reactions around here. I know that some of the people on the panel aren't like big on trailer reactions, and that's totally fine. But if there's something in particular that you want a couple of us to watch, you can tweet at us and we'll discuss it. And
I'll be honest right now. You couldn't pay me to do trailer reactions.
Yeah, I don't think trailer reactions are.
You could pay me. I do it.
All right, let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. There's a chance, like something like Rogue Squadron or like the Doctor Strange trailer, I might do a reaction. But like, if you want me to do a trailer reaction to a fucking F9 movie, I don't care.
1,000,000%, Malcolm. Just send us the content. We will absolutely react to your student film.
Fuck it. Like
amazing %, yes.
You gotta, you also know.
Amazing percent, yes. But student films, yeah, absolutely.
But you also know
that's another one, Jeremy. Like, I will.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I would 100% do that. Like,
PJ, fine. If you give me a quarter, I'll react to the trailers that people want me to react to.
I already don't react to trailers on other networks. Why would I do it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We don't want to do. We don't want to do.
I don't want to get in on. I don't want to get in on Hambo's territory.
Yeah,
He's so good at it. It's like, you just keep doing what you do, buddy.
$50 a reaction, and look, if you're gonna pay me $50 to react to a trailer, that's fine. Fine.
I'll quit my job to do that.
I will say this: I will not feign it or fake it. I won't be like, ooh, ah. If I sit and watch a trailer and I'm like this,
maybe that's the gimmick. Maybe
you Ron Swanson the whole time.
Just like,
maybe that's the gimmick is
hey Sean.
Yeah.
That looked pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, that blew up. That was cool.
Oh.
I kind of
trailer.
I just
I didn't know Gael Garcia Bernal was in this.
I just want reactions of Chris Clark watching scary scenes. Like, we should just put a compilation of scary movie scenes.
How would anyone feel about us making reaction videos to our prior content?
Ooh.
It makes me think of the Bo Burnham thing.
Wait, can we have Chris Clark reacts too?
Maybe we do this. Hold on, maybe
show because this seems perfect.
Maybe this is a patron. This might be a patron.
I don't know, Chris. You gotta
Chris.
ask for it and you get it or you don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess Dean, if you want to see me get a reaction, that's probably the one to do it. Is the
You can do it on
Malcolm,
The
remember,
watch-alongs are not gone. We're still doing Scary Movie Squad. We're still going to do Merry Movie Squad. And we're going to do random watch-alongs if the time and mood fits. We're just not scheduling them
on a weekly basis.
every Monday and Friday like we were. We don't have the
What
time.
I will say is in the next
bandwidth.
month or so, they're absolutely gone. Not to get too far into our personal lives, but I have a house guest for a week. And PJ's out of town, and Maxwell's out of town, and Burr's out of town.
We're all going to be together in LA.
And Dan's hanging out with us. And like
for a week.
As much as I'd like to have Kristen and Chris run content for a couple weeks on here, they don't have time to do it.
However, we could go live from your house on that Friday.
We probably will. We probably will.
Can you play the dance track that I love so much, please?
Let me see if my soundboard's shut.
Aren't you busy with your chickens?
Oh, I'm busy with my chickens.
The egg feeders.
They're my little egg feeders. They're great.
Chris, I need you to make the best chickens possible so then we can murder them and then I can put them in my mouth. Put them... Oh.
In my mouth. I like putting it in my mouth, too. Dun, 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 dun. Excited. Dun, 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 dun.
Gotta Google that.
You just have to stop the stream.
Is that from Titanic? Not Titanic. Not Titanic.
Yeah.
Sean, you now have to end every segment with a shitty.
One other note. Sometime
it's out of
before
key.
2021 is over, there will be at least 3 to 4 more episodes of the Fight Club. I know we teased that on New Year's Eve, and then we never did it again. Oops, our bad. It's coming.
It's almost like I actually just write trivia for a living, and I got very overwhelmed writing trivia for a living.
Amber is always the bacon, a little overdone, a little crispy, and delicious in your mouth.
I don't want to know how you know that. Anyway, moving on.
Let's go ahead and Chris, final thoughts.
I'm really liking the direction of everything. I like how the keyword is video essay video. I like how we're now producing stuff. I think live it's much easier to just cut stuff, and that's what suddenly soundtrack is going to turn into. It's going to
I should clarify. A lot of stuff will be live to tape. So both both movies that aren't Star Wars. I love that name. I'm so glad we didn't. I'm so glad we didn't pick a name.
So much better than the other name. With all due respect to the individual who came up with the other name.
Yeah. Well, so the other name works really well on paper. It doesn't work. I'll say it. It reels like the first time. I don't want to open every show by saying reels like the first time.
You would have to sing it every time.
I would have had my band record that.
I know. We still might. We may pivot, but
pivot.
So.
Brandy, it can still happen in videos. It's okay.
You never know.
All right, so reels like the first time, and Something Rotten at this point are not going to be edited. They will be live to tape simply because we don't have the editing bandwidth. Unless someone really wants to volunteer as an extra editor for us, we don't have the editing bandwidth. So, Chris and Max can only edit so much. And PJ and I don't have time or the ability. So, and someone like Dwayne costs too much money for us. So, that's where we're at with those being edited. Down the road, those may become more video essay formatted, but they're going to be just short form live to tape. Some of them may even be live. I'll be honest with you. Some of them may end up being live, but short form live to tape is a little bit closer.
I really like that strand of hair that's gently caressing your neck right now. It's
my hair is very, very long.
I'm getting some Skeet Ulrich vibes in '97 right there.
Yes. Oh my God.
Malcolm, not only is Nerd Chronic too busy, he's too expensive.
We are frugal
Dwayne,
here.
Expensive. Adam Witt, expensive. Look, I'm a Jew. I don't spend money willy-nilly. I keep it for myself.
All right. So, Chris, I agree. Dan, final thoughts.
I'm really happy, and honestly, I think that's one of the things in doing it and taking a lot of things off of live set this time. I think it also opens us up to a lot more contributors, and we're not going to be as pigeonholed as well to being like, hey, every Friday at 7, get ready to stream.
I love you, Brandy. I fucking love you.
Damn it, Brandy.
Yeah, Anton, I'm going a little Skrillex here. You're right.
It is a little Skrillex. I kind of like it.
Well, you should see it after you'll see when you're here what it looks like, Max. Amber, what are you most excited about?
Okay,
with our network, not in general. With our network.
No, I know it. Yes. I've been excited about this since the beginning. I like the rename. I like the rebrand. I like new shows. I like seeing old things happen and buy watch-alongs. I mean, sorry, everybody. Here to break.
Kristen, what's the first show we're gonna get you on? Great.
I don't know.
Probably the next box.
I would assume, the next watch along.
The next box. The next watch along.
I would assume the next box.
I'll be back in October, guys. Whatever.
I will be honest. I'm most excited for the spur of the moment shows and the shows that aren't scheduled and fitting to a book, like, the stuff like the
Jackass show
Twilight
that
stuff,
DJ and I just announced.
the Jackass show.
Oh, I just saw that tweet. I'm like, oh well, how about that?
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Can I participate?
Yeah, of course. It's literally just going to be a bunch of jackasses sitting around watching Jackass.
Excuse me. A bunch of jackasses and a Tony Award nominee.
You're still a jackass. Doesn't matter how many awards you've won or nominated or been nominated for.
Donkeys are donkeys. Boom.
All right. PJ, aside from your Jackass show, what are you most excited about? And getting your name off the channel.
He has puppies. That's
Corky.
what he's really excited
He's
about.
really.
I will say.
I want to pose a question.
Yeah.
Does Chris think that chickens eat their eggs and then that's why he's calling them eggs?
Oh my god. I'm never
Is
living
that
this
what
down.
he thinks happens? Because
This is
Chris, you literally never live anything down, man. It's fine.
this has been bothering me.
That's
this
no,
I
whole
was
rolling
hour
our
and a
eyes.
half.
So the thing I'm most excited about is our newly announced box watch alongs.
Oh no.
No, really. I mean, look, I'm excited for Something Rotten just because it's been something I've wanted to do for a while, but also now movies that aren't Star Wars is going to be so much fun. I think the direction of everything is good because now we can actually open up and do the stuff that we've been wanting to do. When the world changed, we changed with it, right? That's what we got to do, and that's what we're doing.
And Max, you get to close us all out and take back over. This is normally where you give us a poem.
There will never be a scandal in terms of PJ because PJ is a cinnamon roll. I don't know if you know this. Okay.
Well,
You
some
saying a
people
cinnamon
may or
roll?
may not have
It's
Yeah,
an
he's just
mistakenly
human.
accused him of a scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brendan Meyer is like the epitome.
Let's
of
not
Look,
cinnamon.
we alluded to this earlier. The support our viewers have given us is unbelievable, and from our patrons. And we would not be here without you. And when we were having these discussions about making changes, there was some fear that Sean would lose his mind. There was some fear that, we would get comments like, well, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I signed up for. But to see things like what Davlin put in the chat and then to see others like Brandy, double down or second it, that they're just happy to support us and whatever we may do is really heartening. This is a transitory period for us. That's true. Lucas Black, anyone? You don't want to know what my autocorrect changes certain things to it these days. I'm just excited to keep making content with my friends. I'm excited that we're able to find a way to keep doing that as things are reopening and we're getting a little bit back to our normal lives. I love all y'all bitches and hoes and motherfuckers. And you're my family. So to quote Dominic Toretto, family. Yeah, family.
Family.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Hey.
Thanks.
Oh, wow, thank you.
We try.
Really appreciate
we really
that.
do.
I mean, I don't try very hard, honestly.
It took us like 4 hours
Like,
of
I'm
makeup
just
to get here for an
I,
hour long
I
stream.
don't. I don't think I've actually brushed my hair in like 3 days. So.
Perfect. No notes.
Yes.
All right.
Where's your blanket?
You should see the amount of effort this takes.
Oh, it's here.
Did you see the TV, Kristen?
I did.
Did you see the TV?
We started watching MODOK. It's pretty funny.
Is it like Harley Quinn, that series?
It's different.
Okay.
It's kind of reminds me of like Adult Swim.
With the chicken robot? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Harley is. I think the Harley show's better, but MODOK's pretty good.
Okay.
It's really, Jill. That's really like that was what it was like. Show up for the news, stay for Sean swoopy hair.
Yeah, you will be getting more Sean swoopy hair, guys. Next time you actually that's not true. Within the next couple weeks, you'll be seeing a whole new backdrop here, and I'm excited for that.
We would like to
Alright.
know we're now changing the network to the Sean Hair Network, and
It's just the Swoop Network.
yeah.
We're already sued by Nike.
No, that's the Swoosh Network.
I know.
All right, let's. We said we are going to be here for an hour. We're here for an hour 25. I need to turn my air conditioner back on. It's very warm. California.
Where can everyone find you? Let's start with Chris Clark.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ChrisClark8788. Those numbers mean nothing, and on Twitch at the same thing. So every Wednesday, Suddenly Soundtracks or Game Night. Possibly I'll do Game Night also on Saturdays if nothing's happening too. That could be a possibility. So whenever Mario Party happens is when it happens. So yeah, bada boom.
Amber.
Oh Lord. So you can find me at Takara Kanashi on all social media. I'm on the Let's Get Ready Network doing the Gold Standard on Tuesdays. LGR reviews whenever we have something to review, and that's a thing. Here on the PJ Campbell Network, which is no longer the PJ Campbell Network. It's the Off the Whatever Network. I hate you so much. And then Video Drews Network. Okay, I'm done. Bye.
That was like wow.
Kristen?
Sometimes I do stuff.
You can find her on Stardust.
Yeah, you can find her on Stardust.
Is that thing still around?
No,
it went defunct like a couple weeks ago.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and a platform that no longer exists at Smith_Patron.
Do you have a Letterboxd?
I do, but I don't use it. So you can find me there, but like I don't use it. So yeah.
It's incredible.
All right. Well, you can find me at twitch.tv/Sean Sully. Sean Sully on Letterboxd as well. I don't watch enough movies for it to matter, but I'm on there. I don't have a profile picture. Deal with it. But
it's hard to find you, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'll fix that. But most importantly, follow my Twitch. I have not been very frequent on my Twitch, but like starting in August, that's my big goal. Is my Twitch is my number one priority outside of Pajukin and like Jill and like going to work. So follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Sean Sully, and then Suit Up Sully on Twitter, and I might just change my Twitch to Suit Up Sully to make it easier.
Do it.
Yeah.
Synergy.
I know, I hate it.
I have to change the Twitch name to Off Railsnet too. That's what I have to do.
Off the Twitch, I can't think.
Choo choo.
Oh, sure. I was just waiting to be thrown. I'm here for times. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ohhidan9, just how it sounds.
Oh hi.
And
so
you can follow along as I try to find representation and start doing acting stuff in LA. So that'll be a good time.
That's awesome.
We'll say yeah.
Oh, me? Yeah, you can find me here, hanging out with my friends. Apparently, Dan and I are going to be watching all of Jackass and reacting to it here on the channel, leading up to Jackass Forever, opening in theaters October 22nd. They don't give us money for saying that. I just want you guys to go watch it, because those guys make me happy. You can find me over at the Movie Trivia Schmodown. Hey, I write the questions. Be nice to the writers. We're only human. And Twitter, Instagram, PJ_Campbell. Bye, guys.
You could find me on Twitter at Cinemaxwell, Instagram at Cinemaxwell Inc. You can find me here on the Off the Rails Network. You can find me competing in the First Class League. I mod at Video Drews Network. I hang out at LGR sometimes. I've been reviewing movies lately at maxwellsremarks.blogspot.com. It's been really fun to get back into writing reviews. And you can find me on the corner of Water Street later tonight, ranting into the void about how much I did not like Old. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We love you. We will see you next time. Stay safe. Never, ever, ever get on the rails.
This pillow is fucking useless.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Box, the exciting show where we open a box and decide if the box rocks or if it's a box full of rocks.
I don't know if this is going to be a good episode.
"This pillow is fucking useless" shirt.
Yeah.